Video to Not a Job is it's one guy who was in Phoenix Nights, who was actually the keyboard player in the band, and another little guy, and they're posing as what they call funeral directors, or drivers or whatever, and it's just kind of like everything going wrong, really. Incompetence, two incompetents.
Yeah, it's a light, chucklesome video with a superb cameo from the band at the end. Really convincing cameo. You can't see us laughing between lines at all.
No, we're sat round in a cemetery. We're supposed to be waiting for someone that's very important to us or whatever, and very dead, to come along in the hearse, and it kind of like cuts to us like that, and you see Paul looking at me and laughing like that, which you wouldn't do if you were waiting for that, unless I said something particularly funny.
Which is very unlikely.
Which is very likely.
We'd really like to go on soundtrack at some point. I mean, I think a lot of bands do, but the way we discuss music actually sort of lends itself to geography and scenescape. Well, you get an older musician, like we know this guy Graham Clark, who's been playing since the 60s. And Clarky, when he talks about music, he describes it in terms of shape and colour, almost like he's putting a canvas together. We tend to talk about it more in terms of distance and journey, and we always keep that sort of image thing running through your head while you. So yeah, I think it'll lend itself to movies, but we'd want to do it with a good, young, independent film director. You know, I mean, Oliver Stone's always knocking on the door and, you know, do us a soundtrack. We're like, Oliver, leave us alone, aren't we?
Leave it.
Leave it, Ollie.
Give it a break.
Give it a bloody rest. We've never turned an interview down. We have been labelled miserabilists. I think it's more to do with the melancholy tones of the music and stuff. There is a great deal of humour in it as well, which is very subtle, or perhaps not funny. I quite like being referred to as mank miserabilists and moody bastards all the time, because it gives you something to play on, you know, because we're not miserable. Very happy, even when very tired.
I slept well last night. I slept really well.
Well, good for you.
I went to bed at a reasonable time.
In your yellow jeans?
In my yellow jeans. I wasn't in my yellow jeans at that point. But I
You've
slept
got some
well.
yellow jeans.
I bought some yellow jeans. I spent about an hour and a half with my girlfriend yesterday in Oxfam on Oldham Street in Manchester to get. We were going to like a bad taste party, so we were looking round at kind of just like the shittest clothes in the world.
They look brilliant. They look like Christians or something. They look really good.
It was good fun actually. It's a good party.
Manchester's baggy scene was important in terms of you could see your heroes walking down the street, and it made what they did a tangible, achievable thing for me.
It was also the whole baggy scene was the year that we were all leaving school as well.
So it was like that summer.
Yeah, it was that summer, and that's probably quite an important time of your life, really, going from school to sixth form college. Yeah,
well, the coolest scene in the world at that time was centred in our hometown, so it was. You did really feel a great. We really identified with all the music, really, as well as the lifestyle and the drugs.